Well, we also do have some gentlemen joining us, and ladies as well. Timitope Majekodumi, he's on the ground in one of the protest areas. We don't know which of the train, which of the venue. Well, we'll go ahead and find out from him. Good morning, and thank you for joining us, Timitope. What area are you now?
We are at Alausa Bega presently.
Okay, so what's the current thinking about the protest? Having heard the announcement of of the formation of SWAT and the directions, the explanations that the police have given that no personnel from SARS will be part of SWAT. They are trying to make everyone believe, or telling everyone, that it will be a clean slate from SARS.
You can come again. I can't hear that.
Do people accept the SWAT because they've said that SWAT will be completely different from SARS?
The people that do not accept SWAT, it's from SARS. Maybe if the government or the police as well have been very intelligent to use to other demands that are more pressing. We are not saying SWAT is bad completely. We are saying the timing is wrong. You cannot prioritize changing the name SWAT above compensation justice. They are taking us for a joke. That is what we are saying as a youth. The IG, the presidency, they are taking us for a joke. We could see that the governor of Lagos State went to Abuja 2 days ago, and he was with the president. While briefing the president on live TV,
Just pardon me, we missed the last part of your response. If you could just go over that again. You were talking about when the governor of Lagos met with President Muhammadu Buhari. If you could just go over that before putting the next question briefly.
So, sir?
Timitope, can you hear me? Okay, if you can hear me, we lost the concluding part of your response. You were talking about the governor of Lagos meeting with President Buhari. So please just conclude that.
Our flight to the president to brief him we need as a people. And the governor, we could see that the governor from Lagos, from all across the world, and we could see that the president, that he has set up the trust fund, and all that at that moment is to laugh at us. That is berating. That is we still insist. Sovereignty is not to the any person in government. It is to us. We are how to exercise this. We are how to demand what it is as a people.
Okay, if you could just step back a bit. By the way, apologies to our viewers for the audio. He's at the venue of the protest, so there's a lot of noise and there might be some noise cancellation. But Timitope, let's just step back a bit and take the demands in context, just in case some people have missed this. So this current protest that is going on now, of course, simultaneously across the state and across the country, what are the latest demands? Have they changed? Are the demands still the same? Can you just briefly walk us through?
Demand has not changed to know that our demand, but understand that we may have flagged protest as EndSARS, SWAT, or whatever it is at the moment. If they need to do an holistic.
It's understandable. I mean, when you are out there in the field. Okay, well, talk about we seem to be losing you. It fades off and back. But what we'll do, we'll try and see if we could just try that connection again before it ends, if you do have the time, such that we could get some other perspectives from you. But we also do have Nika from Lekki this morning. Good morning, Nika. Well, hey, what's happening behind you? You're not in the field. Where are you? You're in Lekki, aren't you?
Yeah, Mileki, I had to stay back because you guys reached out to me that I needed to do this interview.
Okay.
So we've been at Lekki since Friday. I had to stay back. So I'm at home. I'm at my home office now. Hello, Nigerians. Hello,
All
everybody.
right. We appreciate that. So, what is the
Yeah.
current
Can you
thinking
hear
now?
me?
Yes, we can hear you. What is the current thinking? What do the people, what do the protesters want now?
I think the major problem is that the protesters are angry at the response of the government because every time when we come out to talk about this issue, the government says we will sort it, we will do it, and at the end of the day, they end up not doing it. So now we've given you our 5 for 5. The government has tried to also release some of the arrested protesters. I will state some because there are still some states where the arrested protesters are still held. But we also have 4 other demands to be met. And all we've seen is our president coming to say we are going to reform the police, we are going to start a process, but we want to see those actions. We've seen the living conditions of the police force. It's not palatable, it's not encouraging. If these people are comfortable, I am very sure that Nigerians would be comfortable. So our problem is just very simple: meet our demands and put actions to it. Give us legislative and executive orders that the whole Nigerians will see that this has been implemented. The same way they banned Okada, the same way they've banned a lot of things in Nigeria, and we've seen those actions happen. We also want to see these actions happen in real life. Yeah.
Some would also say that, just as I think we were listening to Mr. Addition the other times, that some policies have already been put out, but as many people have also said, both in government and otherwise, you probably may or may not agree with it. So what do you say to those who say that, look, the policies have been put out, it's going to take time, a little bit of time for those things to become actionable? Processes, funding, and all those things need to be put in place. What do you say to that, and how do you think that might be able, if at all, assuage the youths?
I am like, before joining this life, I watched Mr. Adesina speak, and I was so disappointed in what he said. I expected him to say more. Now, if we hear that there is an armed robbery case that happened in so place, you see that the police takes action immediately, or like a bank robbery. Let's say the bank robbery, because we always see that the police are always available for the bank robberies, and immediately you see them charging them to court. A policeman arrests you on the road, you get to the police station, the first thing they tell you is, if you're not complying to what we say, we charge you to court. So if you have issues like that and they are charged immediately to court, so what happens to those policemen that have killed innocent protesters, innocent citizens? Why haven't they been charged to court? That's the question. So, and these are our 5 for 5 demands. It's not hard. What happens to the justice for the deceased victims? We saw a lady in Enugu cry, saying 3 of our brothers, not 1, not 2, 3 were killed. No justice, no investigation, nothing done. So if the police force could take immediate actions when they arrest you and they come to their station, the Nigerian government should take those actions immediately. You can't tell me it will take time to get justice for the deceased.
Okay, we'll come back to that point that you raised in a moment, but let's quickly, we're just seeing live pictures now of some incident, some disruption with that protest in Alausa, Ikeja. We understand that some persons are shooting at some of the protesters there right now. What's going on there?
It's a very terrible situation here. We have people being mobilized in the cutlasses and all forms of harmful stuff.
Well, talk about your safety is of importance, safety of everybody else participating or wherever they are. So we do hope that you need to be careful as well as everybody else. So you need to be safe first before you can give an interview. So we'll let you just get yourself at least in a good position or safe position before we can come back to you. Security agencies may need to take a look at what is going on, but it hasn't been established who are those shooting, at least from here. So we're trying to find out who are those with cudgels and machetes. So the police, wouldn't they be required to move in there and arrest those persons, especially when the government has said, look, this agitation is genuine. If they are peaceful protesters, why attack? So if people are attacking other people, isn't that when the authorities should then move in?
Well, Nikefowa, you heard him speak the other time. What's your take, first of all, very quickly, on what's going on? You know, what you have heard and what is going on in Alausa that we reported earlier?
The thing is, it's our constitutional right to protest peacefully, and which we've been trying to do since last week. But I'm very sad that you have people coming constantly trying to disrupt this peaceful protest. Nigerians have behaved themselves accordingly throughout, but every time it's either we're having the police force coming in, or we're having the military, or we're having hoodlums, or we're having pro-SARS people coming in. Like, look at what happened in Abuja yesterday. A lot of cars were burgled. A lot of properties were destroyed. People were hurt, and we are not bringing out guns. We are not bringing out cutlasses. We are just coming to air our voices. I have been a victim of SARS. I'm driving a white Venza and it's tinted. They feel I'm a Yahoo boy. They stop me. They ask me, Madam, your particulars. And the funniest thing is, these people stop you without any form of identification. They don't even stop you inside a SARS vehicle. They go in and you see them in a white bus and they come down there.
Okay.
Even
Our life is under threat.
Well, just one moment. Just one moment, Nike. Just one moment, Nike. Let's quickly go back to Temitope Majekodunmi. Please go on very, very quickly, Temitope. What's going on?
What we have is the same scenario of yesterday, that we had South demobilized to come and attack us. Now we have them in multiples. They have changed. These are not people protesting. These are not people protesting. These are not people protesting.
Where are you now? Have you been able to locate yourself to a safe place? What's going on now? What's going on? Where are you right now?
We are all scattered. Everybody is only looking for us. We are all scattered.
What about the policemen? Do you have
gone and all of it?
Well, what about the men from the police force? Do you have protection? Can you cite any of them around?
On ground. We don't have any protection.
Is that a police vehicle beside you there?
Sir?
Is that a police van beside you or behind you?
There's no police van here. This is just security van. This is Magodo security van protecting us. It is Magodo police van that is securities that are protecting us now. We don't have police on ground.
Oh, well, we're speaking
we don't
with...
have police on ground. And this has been lasting for another 20-30 minutes.
Well, yet again, Temitope Majekodunmi on the scene of a protest around the Alausa area of Lagos. He has had to remove his shirt that has the inscription of, the protest and their demands just to stay safe. He says hoodlums, thugs in their multiples are attacking them at this moment. And you just heard him say there are no policemen around, and we understand that policemen are meant to be on ground to protect protesters in the country. Yeah,
well, one wonders, Nicky, what is your thinking now? I mean, you were supposed to eventually go out today to join the protest. Are you still going to make that move? What's your thought now?
Still go out, because kudos to the policemen, police last week to protect us in Lekki Toll Gate and also in Ikoyi Bridge. So I'm going out today. Immediately after this interview, I am going out to lend my voice, and I must be there today, because for Lekki Toll Gate, there's been a lot of sanity there. You could see youth rejoicing, no incidents of theft, no incidents of oppression, no incidents of hoodlums coming in, and it's really safe in the Lekki Toll Gate Center. and I'm going there. I'm going there, and I must applaud the Maracot police station for making sure that the citizens at Lekki toll gate is safe. They are doing their job. They are not intimidating us, but they are protecting us. So I'm definitely going to be at Lekki toll gate after this interview.
All right, Nika, we do thank you for your time and your thoughts. We do hope that you all stay safe while you are out there.